Hello everyone, I'm back again. I'm actually going to do something a little different this time. I wanted to offer a 6-month review of the Kindle Scribe. I have it from Amazon. It says Kindle Scribe. It's with the premium pen, 64 gigabytes model. I have, it has a 10.2-inch screen as well as USB-C charging. And here's some of the specs here on the back. 300 ppi display, has a warm light. It's you can also take notes on this one and important markup PDF files. Weeks of battery life and USB-C charging. I can certainly attest for, and it's advertised as the world's first Kindle for reading and writing. Now, those of you who are reading enthusiasts or Kindle enthusiasts have probably seen this before on various reviews. That's just the lighting there, sorry about that. This is not an expert operation. I'm just doing this kind of on the fly here. But you've probably seen many of these reviews before, but I just wanted to talk to you about my experience with it and kind of my overall feelings. I've had many Kindles over the years. I'm a pretty avid reader, and I generally enjoy the Paperwhite models, although admittedly, prior to using this, I actually was using the Kindle Oasis, and I particularly like that one because the screen was a little bit bigger. It had the warm lighting, and it also had the buttons so you can kind of change the pages with. So in this one was, you know, kind of a little bit, I was a little uncertain about it. It came out, now for me, this is a 6-month review. It's been out for, I think 9 or 10 months now. So, but I bought it when it first went on sale, on a pretty major sale. So that's kind of when I was like, well, let me go ahead and jump in and see what I'll do with it here, see if I can check it out. And Amazon's pretty good about returns, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Let me go ahead and start it up here. I don't think I had it going here. Oh, what's going on with it here? But so far, so I kind of for a while kept my other Kindles. There we go. I had to press the button there. I kept my other Kindle around, the Oasis, and I thought to myself, I'll try this out, see if I like it, and if not, if it's a no-go, then I'll go ahead and, just pass on it and return this one. But to be honest, I kind of fell in love with it. I did keep both for a while because I did like the portability of the Oasis, but this thing is such a pleasure to read on. It's just really, really nice. And what I really like about it is that I can also take notes on it as well. Now, it doesn't really have a notes feature, that I would really like, which would be to write the notes on the actual display itself. But it does have, the pen. I got the premium pen. The premium pen you can actually erase with as well. But you kind of have to take separate notes. So this here, you can only do like the sticky notes. So say if I want to make a little sticky note and I want to, talk about something, I can just go ahead and write down my thoughts or my ideas here. Let's dismiss that for now. So say something like rate point, right? And, that kind of thing. It also has an erase function, so that's kind of nice. You can just sort of erase on the screen. And it erases pretty well. It's pretty easy. For me, this is a much more natural note-taking kind of experience. I have had a tablet. I have a Samsung tablet, which I'll review, my long-term review, Samsung Tab S8, which I also take notes on. But I actually enjoy this really the best in terms of note-taking because you can actually, it actually feels like paper, right? When you're writing a little bit. It does give a little give there, not too much, but it doesn't really damage the screen or anything. And then this part here, the erasing portion of it, you can just flip it right over, which makes it a more natural experience. It is a little hefty, so I'll say that. If it's something that, and it doesn't have water, it's not waterproof. So if you like reading outside or, the sort of kind of reading by the pool or by the beach or something like that, oh, let me cancel it out. Then it's probably not, I would say it's probably not the best one to get. It's not as portable either. Oh, sorry, but let me delete that there. Okay. It's not the most portable one either. So, the smaller ones are, waterproof and they're more portable. Now, I would say, as much as I like the Oasis a lot, though, if you don't want the big scribe like this, the one to get would be the Kindle Paperwhite. Okay, that would be And especially when it goes on sale, I know Prime Days are coming up, the 11th and 12th. So when it goes on sale on that time, during that time period, if it's not already on sale, I haven't checked, I would go for the kids edition because it comes with a case, no ads, 2 years of damage protection, and you know, you can get it pretty cheap. I got my son one last Prime Day sale for like $105, and it was a 16 gigabyte model, paper white. So if you don't want something this big, then I would definitely go with that. You know, you can get the budget one as well if you want to just sort of dip your toe into the water. But I think the paper white is pretty solid. And again, Amazon's pretty good about returns. So even if you wanted just to try any of them out, you know, return it if you don't like it, if you don't like the experience or what have you. You know, obviously this is just, you know, what it is. It's a Kindle for the reading portion of it. So that's, you know, it's great. I love the big text. As you can see, I have pretty big text here. You just kind of slide it on over when you're ready to go to the next page and what have you, okay? So the other portion of it is the note-taking part. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the notebooks thing there. And let me go ahead and make sure I get that. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, oh, actually, no, that's not the note-taking part. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the notebook. And right there. Okay, so the note-taking portion of it, I find really, really great. So that's one of my favorite parts of it. Let me go ahead and, there we go. So if you see on the bottom tab here, you can kind of click out of that. You go to notebooks. And, you know, I just have some random notes for different things, but we'll go ahead and start a new page. Let's create a notebook. And you get the different kind of options there. You can choose your template. Again, this is not a fancy note-taking device in the sense of you don't have apps or anything like that. This is gonna be on the device and it's relatively limited, but it's simple in a good way, I think, right? So go ahead and I'll use that. I like using that template there because it's kind of like ruled paper. And there you go. And so you can just sort of title however you want to title it. You can create different notebooks if you want, or you can have within a notebook, you can have different, I'm just creating a different notebook for this video here, but within one notebook, you can have multiple pages as well. You have the different kind of things here. You can kind of, you know, the different way you want to write, so fountain pen, marker, pencil. I have mine to pen. And the different sort of like, we got some line sizes, like how thick you want to write. Okay, so there's that. There's the different ones. You want thin, medium. I'll go somewhat thin there. And it has a lasso function. So if you want to like lasso your notes and kind of turn them into word text, you can do that as well. And there's that. Let's go back here. And so just write whatever, right? So let's see if I can back this up a little bit. Sorry about that thing there. So let's see, the cow jumped over the moon. Sorry for my writing. I'm writing behind this here. Over the moon. Right? So, you know, you just write and then you can just erase right after. Just write. It's very natural. It's a very natural function in that sense, right? Because you're used to sort of erasing. It'll leave some residue there if you don't get it all the way, but eventually it'll just kind of wash out. It doesn't stay there. I know there was a little bit of an issue with some of the early reviews. People felt like the ink kind of stayed behind, the e-ink that you produce, and it does for a little bit, but then eventually it goes away. So, you know, it's all gone there now. So the note-taking function is good. If you want to take simple notes, you want to create notebooks for like particular topics, and you're going to keep them on the device. Now you could email, it does work with Microsoft Word. I haven't really tested that functionality because Word doesn't really do anything for me. If it worked with OneNote, then it would really be a good deal, right? So that's what I would sort of think that I would really like to do with it. So, you know, I would, if ideally they update it to do that, then I think it would be really good. But as far as like the device itself, you know, I've had a really great time reading on it. I do take, you know, I do basic note taking on it as well, but more so it's the reading experience that I'm kind of enamored with, because I think that, you know, it's light like a tablet. I guess it's as light as a MacBook, excuse me, an iPad Air. Although I don't feel it as heavy, I feel it even lighter than that, and especially because it's so thin. You know, that's the other thing I really like about it. And, you know, I do basic note taking on it as well, but more so it's the reading experience that I'm kind of enamored with, because I think that, you know, it's light like a tablet. I guess it's as light as a MacBook, excuse me, an iPad Air. Although I don't feel it as heavy, I feel it even lighter than that, and especially because it's so thin. You know, that's the other thing I really like about it. And It comes with a, you know, it comes with a case. I've been using different cases for it, but primarily I use the leather case that came with it. I'll actually do a review of this. I'm not really liking the way this is holding up too well, but you know, and it's honestly not really worth what you pay for it. I got it on sale, so I still don't think it was worth what I paid for it, but you know, it's kind of cardboard with some pleather slapped on top of it, but it does function nicely, you know, and I'll do a separate review of the case itself. I actually have a few cases I'll review on this. It just fits right in to the slots, and yeah, there you go. And the pen can either slide here, or the pen can go to the side here. Here, let me go ahead and do that. You can kind of attach it to the side, and it'll magnetically hold there. Sorry about that. So the pen will magnetically hold, and it doesn't really slip off. It's a pretty strong hold. If you have it in a bag, I'm not, you know, I'm not as worried. Like with the iPad Pro, it like slips right off the top. I'm not really as worried about this one. But as far as my 6-month experience with the Scribe, I think that, you know, it's a really great device if you're really into reading, if it's your thing. It's, you know, the ultimate nerd reading tool, to be honest with you. And I really enjoy it. I really like it. I got the premium edition just because it was on a really good sale. And normally I do the whole trade-in thing, but I actually didn't do it. I just bought it because it was a really good deal. And I, you know, I could have returned it, but I didn't. I thought it was a great option. But anyway, I have a little stand there. I hope that kind of give you a brief little intro to the Scribe, and my 6-month experience is that I recommend it. If you're, you know, if you want a screen this size, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for the note-taking portion of it, unless you just do very basic stuff, or if you just do a lot of PDF note-taking, you can actually do that. If it was allowed you to do note-taking on the books themselves, then I think that would be sort of more of a game changer. But you know, they're not really doing that right now for whatever reason. Their excuse is something to the effect of they don't want to like ruin the books, but I think it's just an excuse. If they could do that, that would be outstanding. If it would integrate with OneNote, I think that would also be really, really outstanding as well. Those would be my two high, you know, I would really love if it were to do both of those things. Then I think this would really be a great device. But I do carry it with me actually quite a bit. Now that I've gotten the Z Fold 5, I do some note taking on site, like if I'm at work and I need to have a meeting and I want to take some quick notes. I do use the Z Fold 5 because I can use OneNote on that. But to be honest with you, I prefer to use this because it actually it's a nicer screen and it's just easier to write on. And the pencil feels more like a pencil or a pen or whatever they call it. The premium pen feels more like a normal writing functional kind of thing. Although the S Pen's pretty good too. But anyway, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and you know, hopefully it was informative for you. And you know, we'll talk next time. I hope you're well. I hope your family's well, and take care of yourself.